Hey y'all, what's up? Well, awesome things happened today. It started at 2:30. Son calls and he says, "Dad," I was like, "What? I need you to come get me." Why didn't you tell me this before? Yeah, well, I need you to come get me from the mechanic. Why? Well, I'll tell you when you get here. Like, okay. So I went and picked him up. Got to find out he didn't have all the money to pay for his truck to get fixed. Well, he didn't really say all that until he didn't really go into detail about it until we got home. I didn't necessarily have the money, but I could have, But I said, well, why don't you ask your granny, and stuff. So he called my mom, and she was sick with COVID and stuff, and it's like, oh, granny, and I was like, oh crap, you know. I thought she had it, but we go to find out she did have it, and she tested negative, and and she sounded stuffy. She gets sick quite a bit at times, and I thought it was one of those things, but I started listening more, and I felt like, oh crap, and her boyfriend has it too, and so I was over there, and I'm hoping I don't get it, but but anyway, she sent me the $300, the amount that he needed. Well, actually, the 380, and because he was too scared to ask her, he kind of felt sorry about her being sick, so he didn't want to bug her about that. I said, son, sometimes you got to speak up. And she can only say yeah or no. Even though she's sick, she still wants to help you. And you do what you can for her, and I do what I can for her. And, we'll help out either case. We don't want to help out just because she's sick. Be the sunshine son and sunshine grandson. You help out either case. Well, I don't want to. I said, okay, whatever. So she sends some money. We go. We can get to get his truck, and the mechanic says, "Well, dang, if I knew that was your boy, I would have just let him take off with it." Instead of looking at me, I said, "Well, that's what I said earlier. I said, did you tell him whose son you are? Did you tell him my son?" And it was not that that's anything big or that's anything to brag about, but I've done some business there before, and I used to deliver parts there when I worked with Advance Auto for a month during November, December. So all you had to do was just, maybe perhaps, I don't know if my name had any pull, whatever, but then he said, oh, well, it kind of added up. You look just like your daddy. You told him you look just like your daddy. And he said, well, yeah, you could go ahead and just pay me tomorrow. So, and so Seth has $300. So I give him my PayPal card because really that's for him. And he goes get like $92 worth of gas and everything, a lot of gas, and stuff. So because his savings is wiped out, and he didn't know he'd have to pay all that much, but he couldn't really get in alignment unless he had tire rods fixed and all that stuff. So anyway, and then while I'm leaving, the boss man calls me, my district man. He's like, "Oh crap, what's this about?" And I thought I might have done something wrong at Mayfield and didn't do something or whatever it was. And he's like, I need to talk to you about something here that's pretty important. And I was like, okay. And he told me, he said, well, they're needing, as you probably know, they need more people there. And need you to cover 3 days. And I say, oh, okay, 36 hours. I said, yeah. I don't know. He didn't know if you want to get somebody else or what, but it's $15 an hour. Yeah, they asked specifically for you to work it, and they wanted to give you a raise of $3 more. What? And this is after the fact that we found that all my son had to do was just say, "Hey, I'm Butch's son." Butch is my dad, or just kind of mention that in passing. He could have took off, and so that was another thing that the Lord showed me, because it's not my reputation, it's not who I am, it's not what I've done. It's always the Lord God working in certain situations, in every situation actually. That it just seems like it's all about us when it's not. It's all about Him. It's about His glory. So instead of mumbling and grumbling and whining, it's like, oh well, I don't know from one day to the next if I have enough money to do this. I don't know one day to the next if I have enough money to do that. And I was kind of looking on Amazon there, wanting to get another metal detector and stuff, kind of something that's a little bit more. And I thought, well, I better wait. It's kind of warm at the same time too. I don't want to do a lot of that in the heat, and kind of just grumbling at myself. I just need to wait. And next thing I know, the Lord's come up with this, like $15 an hour for 36 hours, and probably get another day in there, make over 600 some odd dollars a week before taxes, $650 a week, something like that, close to that. I'm like, wow, I'm so honored that the Lord put it in the heart of men. Hey, Butch can do this job. Hey, that boy's daddy's Butch. I don't think I deserve that. I don't deserve it. It's just by God's grace, whether I have enough to eat or whether I don't have enough to eat. The Lord's even showing me in that. I sometimes I worry, what if something happens to the house? What if something happens to my truck? What this, that, and the other? Will I have enough bills, or will I have enough money to pay this, that, and the other? And so the Lord showed me in that through it all, He's got it. He's the one that's holding my hand. And fear not, I'm with you. I'm holding your hand, and I'm guiding you through this. Put your faith and trust in me. And there are days here lately, and I made this video before. It's just where I felt like I'm so deep in my own sin and in my lust and whatever that might be, or whatever. I'm not talking about always sexual lust, but I'm talking about lust of this, love of that, this, that, and the other. And the Lord's continually blessing me to help me focus on Him, and I see that. I see how He does that. He even though at times when we're in our sin, He still continues to bless us. There are times when He doesn't bless us to kind of get us, shake us loose, and like, hey, you need to come on back this way. Get out the riptide and get on closer to before you hit that riptide, get closer back to the shore, son. It's like a parent correcting their child. You're going too far out. You need to come in a little bit. And sometimes they let you go out just far enough, and just, okay, now you need to come back in. It's dangerous out there. It just depends on the teaching method, God's teaching method with us. It seems like at times it's always changing up, but really it's just the same. And so that to me was a learning lesson for my son. It was a learning lesson for me. Sometimes you got to speak up and not be so bashful about things. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to throw a person's name out there. I used to do that with my granddad. They give me a price. I thought, well, what's the Richard DeBoe's price? And I go get my granddad. So, Dad, come on over here. Granddad and JoJo, come over here and talk to this guy. He wants to charge me this. But when you're with me, you're my discount card. I can get it for this much. But it's good to have a good reputation. It really is, and it's not something I've earned or whatever, but the reputation I have with the man, it's not something I've done on my own. It's the Lord spoke to that man's heart, and the Lord spoke to the men's heart at the job I work. Say, hey, we need Butch for this job. We need to have Butch in there and give him a certain amount of money an hour, because it's a lot to it. I want to read Philippians 4:12 to you. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. That's a hard thing, isn't it? It's a hard thing to suffer need, but it's a wonderful thing to abound. And I think we need to take them both hand in hand, because we're learning every day how to be in want and how to be whenever, not let it go to our head when we abound. And that's how the Lord teaches us. And I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful for all things. Y'all take care and God bless.